Well, welcome to Awesome Marriage Live this morning. I'm so excited to have Melinda Johansson join us. She is our new director in charge of fundraising for Awesome Marriage and in charge of the Marriage Changers. And we're so excited to have you, Melinda. Welcome. Welcome to Live today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, it's so good to have you on our team. So really, what encouraged you to pursue Awesome Marriage when at that position that we had at Awesome Marriage?
Well, it's a God thing, actually. God's amazing that way. He just connects us with the right people, and we never really know until something happens that is just a perfect match.
Yes.
A former colleague and friend of mine named Neil Smith with Amplify Social Media knew that I was looking for a remote position, and he knew about my background, and he introduced me to Awesome Marriage and Christina and you, Dr. Kim. And I had no idea that such an organization even existed. I'm so glad that it does, and now I've learned so much just about your offerings. And so that's how I connected with you guys, and I'm thrilled.
Yeah, it is so interesting how God works. And when he just, I never worry when we need to add someone or someone leaves or something, because God always has an answer. And obviously you've been a great blessing. We're excited to have you here. And it's a really important position. And we're excited about all the background and talents that you bring to this.
I
think our people will see that. Yeah. And I don't know. I think everybody knows that all of our people are remote. None of us, Lara and I live in the same city, but we're spread out all over the United States, pretty much the southern part of the United States. And so it's been fun to learn that you can really be effective in ministry this way, that you could connect this way. I think the only thing good I see that came out of COVID was everybody learned how to use Zoom and things like that. And so we're comfortable with technology in that way and meeting online. And so it's been a real blessing. So as you come to Awesome Marriage team, anything that you're particularly excited about as you come in?
Well, I'm always excited about helping organizations grow. And I think that using my experience and being able to see where some areas are that we can grow and helping you reach more couples. I mean, that's probably the most exciting thing. And just using what God's given me to help more marriages and help more people. I'm very passionate personally about personal growth, about counseling, about just all the things that we have difficulty with in this life. And as I have a coach who says, we are perfectly imperfect. So when we have two perfectly imperfect people coming together, we need help. And that's why Awesome Marriage is so great. So the team is amazing. I mean, really amazing. I've worked in a number of different places, and having Christian coworkers is an amazing thing. And we have the power of God to help us do what we couldn't do without him. And it's really great.
Yeah, we do have a great team, and everybody brings unique gifts and abilities. And it's just been fun for me to watch God put this team together. And and he's been very faithful in doing that. So Marriage Changers is a part of what you do. And when you look at Marriage Changers, what you would like to see it be, how do you see that that's helpful for couples to become a marriage changer?
Well, I think, I don't know about you, but I know that my life is very busy. I don't have kids, but our life is very busy. And so one of the big benefits of being a marriage changer is that you always get regular monthly emails with a resource and things to keep you on track. And so it's a reminder of how important our marriages are and how important investing in them with communication and time and intention, and really not letting things get off track. Which they can if we're not paying attention and not on the same page. And so that's why a monthly membership like Marriage Changers is so great, I think, because it helps in that way. But also because, and this is the first ministry that I've worked with, that actually you get an awesome resource as part of your donation. And so that's a really great thing. And the donation that you give, not only do you get the resource, but the money is used to transform other marriages. And so it's like multiplied and multiplied, and it just goes out to people who can't afford to have a counselor or be able
Yeah.
to get the help that they need. I read one testimonial about a woman who had 6 kids and she was having trouble with her marriage. And this was the only resource that she was able to afford. And
Wow.
it really helped her marriage. And so that is the kind of thing that Marriage Changers make possible for other people. And it's so cool. It's really, really cool.
I love it. It's fun to watch it grow, and it's fun to see when we hear from people that are marriage changers. And, my hope for marriage changers, not only do we help them grow their marriage, but then in turn, as their marriage gets healthier, they just pass that on. And maybe it's the next door neighbor, maybe it's somebody at church, that they can continue and they can help us multiply good marriages all around where they live.
Yes.
Which would be awesome.
Very.
So we do see a lot of marriage struggling, different kind of pains and struggles. How do you see that when a marriage is struggling, how does it affect the whole family?
Well, it's definitely, it can have generational impacts, actually, particularly if there's kids. But as I said before, we're perfectly imperfect. And if you have difficulty, I think that we can act out in ways that cause harm to our partners and to our children. And that harm, we don't do it on purpose. Most of the time, we don't do it on purpose, but it can really affect the family as a whole. I remember my parents; they didn't have a very close relationship, and they were always bickering in front of us, and I just felt scared. And I think that just has a lifelong effect on what happens to me and how do I deal with life and how do I deal with the sadness of not feeling secure in my home. And so it just reverberates out to so many things. So I think.
Yeah, one of the things when I first started my career, I did most of my practice was with kids, and I loved that. And then God just helped me see that, I can help them, but if their parents' marriages were better, how much better it would be an environment for them. And so, I still have a heart for kids, and I also have a heart for marriage, and knowing that the stronger the marriage is, the better the home's going to be for those kids to grow up in. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a lot better. We see research of even babies in the womb that react to their parents arguing and things like that. So we know, even, I've had people say, well, they're young, they don't know, but they do. And they're affected by things. And so
they are.
We can help people grow their marriage, learn how to have healthy conflict, and just enjoy being married. A lot of it's just having fun together and enjoying it.
I know. Yes, definitely. And nowadays, everything is going so fast. Everything is just, it's just so complicated, it seems. And so I think just these resources help people to go, okay, what do we really need to do?
Yes.
Versus what do we want to do? And how do we prioritize in a way that makes sense for our marriage and our family? And I know that that's so key. So key.
Absolutely. Well, and I think our resources, they, which I think helps. They look nice. They're done really well with the graphics on them, and I think they're easy to use. They're simple. Marriage is not rocket science. It's just being intentional with the things that work and not doing the things that don't work. And so I think those resources help. And like you said earlier, it helps us keep our marriage in front of us, that we've got to work on it, because we don't just work on it this month and expect that to last the rest of the year. We've got to continue to work on it. But when we do, we get the benefits, and which makes it all worthwhile, for sure. Plus, we're doing what God wants us to do.
Well, that's the key, is having God as our partner and remaining humble and, being willing to forgive and
all those things that go into marriage. I know. Exactly. Well, and I think too, we help Marriage Changers helps combat all those things that we're talking
Mhm.
about, and helps people make some change. Any final thoughts about Marriage Changers that before we sign off?
Um, I just encourage people to look into it, and I know that coming here pretty soon, if you sign up to be a marriage changer within the next before I think this week, you will get um, our 7 most popular resources from last year. So, Marriage Changers, you get one resource, our feature resource every month, complimentary.
Yeah,
But this April, you're going to get 7 altogether.
which is
We're just
just,
like, yeah, it's really
yeah, you
been
can really get a jump start on your marriage
so.
by joining at this time. It's a great time to join,
Yes.
and really they can find everything they need on awesomemarriage.com. I think there's a box there right on the homepage now for Marriage Changers. If we're bringing this promotion, and how much we would love for people to join us, to be a part of
Yes.
Marriage Changers, and let us invest in your lives. And not only the things that Melinda was saying about the resources, Nancy and I do a video teaching each month, but also the fact that it just, we have our team that if you have a problem, we'll pray for you, and
Yes.
you have access to just an amazing team of people that love to pray for those who are struggling or need some help. And so that's all another, I think, really cool thing about Marriage Changers is that
Yes.
we're able to pray for them and come alongside you as you grow your marriage. So we would love to see you join.
Yes. Come and join us.
Yes, Melinda, thanks for being a part of this today. Appreciate
Thank
you, and so
you.
glad you're part of Awesome Marriage.
Thank you for having me.